Yeah, who knows, man? We might go to South America together one day too.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Who knows?
All right, bro. I want to welcome you to the Bonyit Show. So this is the very first episode. Thanks for coming down and just blessing us today with your knowledge, your expertise,
Thank you. Appreciate
your journey as well. So again, this is the first official episode of the Bonyit Show.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know who you are, introduce yourself real quick.
Thank you. My name is Chengkuach. A quick introduction. I've been in the tech industry now for quite a while. Before that, I was studying and was in the educational side of things. So play sports, love sports, and into business, marketing, and all those kind of things. And so those are the things we'll be covering today.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Fantastic, man. So obviously how we met is we're both in that content space nowadays, especially on TikTok as well, which is, a great way to meet other Africans who are passionate about what they're talking about and about educating other people as well. So which is quite fortunate that we have met. So you messaged me on TikTok, we met up, we caught up at your place. So you've purchased a place, was it last year?
Last year in April, correct.
April, congratulations. April.
Thank you. April.
Oh, I bought my place. I bought my place in 2024. April as well. Yeah, literally.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
So I was like, wait a minute, it was the same place, same time.
Yeah, same time.
But so both April, of course, is a year apart. So I guess I want to dive deeper into how you got started in your career.
Awesome. And just to take us a little bit back to how I met Bonyit as well. So one of my cousins, a relative who works at the bank, used to watch a lot of Bonyit's TikTok talking about finance and all that. And she's like, oh, maybe you should listen to this Sudanese TikToker who talks about finance. And I was like, okay. And I watched a couple of his TikTok videos, and the next thing I didn't start content yet at this stage. So I sent him a message. Look, I'm gonna start a TikTok account at some point. We should catch up at some point. And we caught up, as he mentioned before. Came over to mine, chop it up a bit, and then from there on, history. So it's been basically that's how all that started.
It's been amazing, man. That's actually how I've met quite a few people too. Obviously we talked about Deng Young. I met him as well, TikTok as well, a few other people as well from TikTok, which is, it's a great community. It's great to, it feels like you're giving back to the community as well, which is what I love about it. Okay, so again, let's pivot over to, because I want to learn about your journey, how you got started, because I'm always fascinated about how people get to where they are at. And of course, a lot of other people find it challenging or struggle, but they don't know how much work actually goes behind it and the level of commitment and dedication that you have to want to achieve that. So tell me, when did you start in the tech industry?
I started in the tech industry in 2023, late 2023.
Okay.
So basically, how this whole thing started, after people finish, after you finish high school, you get into uni and all that kind of stuff. But my journey was a little bit different. So after high school, I went to a soccer school. I used to play soccer all the time. Went to soccer school, and then from soccer school, I went to a what is it called, TAFE. So I went to TAFE and did an accounting certificate for an accounting, because I wanted to go to uni as well. But because I went to soccer school, uni wasn't, in the picture in that sort of thing. So after doing that, I did a diploma in business, did an advanced diploma in business, and then finally went to uni and got my degree in business, marketing. While I was doing that, I was working in the education department. So I was running a homework club program for some community programs. I did that for a while. And then I got some jobs at uni where I was actually helping students with their courses and all that kind of stuff, because I was doing really well in my course. Nice. And then after that, I finally got into tech and started off as a sales development rep in a tech company. And then from there, pretty much everything else just history.
So walk me through that process itself. Once you've studied, you finished your business degree,
Yes.
right? And you got into tech. Like, where was that? When was that pivotal moment? You're like, oh, maybe tech should be the career path. Like, how did you make that decision?
Really, really good question. Because now it takes me back to that journey. So after I finished my business degree, I couldn't see myself doing like just general corporate work. I didn't see myself just doing anything. So I was thinking, what area, what industry can I go in that's going to be flexible, that's going to support my entrepreneurial plans that I have for the future. And so what I did during that time, I had a really good LinkedIn, and I started reaching out to a lot of people. And I met this guy from America who was in the tech industry, and he helps people to get in the tech industry. And I messaged him, and we caught up a couple of times, and he had a plan to get me into tech. So I worked with him for almost 2 months. And from there, that's how I landed my first tech role. So tech came in after doing a lot of research on YouTube and learning about the tech sales and how that can help you in general, especially if you're a hard worker and you're very, very ambitious and all that kind of stuff. So that's what brought that tech as a career for me.
Oh, okay. Wow. Interesting. So you basically messaged some random people on LinkedIn.
Yep.
And that's how you met that guy. So would you consider him like your mentor, or what's the relationship there?
Yeah, so I would say he was a mentor because he did have a program, a paid program that he helps his customers to get into the tech industry. But because we developed a really, really good relationship, he didn't end up charging me for it. So we'll catch up and he will actually mentor me, like what roles do you want to get in, and what companies do you want to get into, and all that kind of stuff. And so that's how that journey started in that case.
Oh, wow. So can you like imagine to yourself how, if you never met him, right, how your life would differ? Do you think you might still be in the tech field because you would have persevered and messaged 100 other people as well, or?
I don't think I would have been in the tech industry because it's just that challenging. So everything he taught me, I put it into perspective and I implemented it, and that's how I ended up landing. So if he wasn't around, I would have just continued looking for a job, and it would have got to a point where, you just accept whatever it is that come to you. Because at the end of the day, especially if you've been studying for like the last 3 years and you're in this job market and you're trying to get a job, the last thing you're going to do after you get an offer is, this is the industry I want to be in. You just accept whatever and then you go with that. But because of this person, it was easier to just get in and go from there.
Tech space is cutthroat, man. It's very competitive.
Very competitive.
And you need to know somebody to get you in there. Or
absolutely.
Oh man, I can't imagine myself getting into the tech field. I chose financial services because I did some research. It was like something I'm passionate about money, managing money specifically. And also there was some rule changes that made it very enticing to get into the industry, because a lot of advisors were like leaving the industry because of those changes, which is why I'm in that field.
Okay.
All right. So you got your opportunity once you've met the guy, and he mentored you, coached you, and helped you eventually get a job in the industry. What position were you in? What was your very, very first tech position?
First tech was an entry level role as a sales development rep. So basically, because of that person that I met, he ended up telling me the way to get into tech is not by sending your resumes like you do with traditional jobs. He ended up telling me, you have a really good LinkedIn, reach out to people, especially hiring managers, tell them why they should pick you. And once they give you an opportunity, prove it. So I started off as a sales development rep. And just worked hard from there. Once I got that opportunity, I was like, no turning back. Especially after trying for so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once getting that opportunity, I just went all out. Yeah.
And so that role itself, that was your very first position that, led to where you are today. Like without that position itself, you wouldn't be where you are today.
Yeah.
Of course, as you know, my channel all about money, business, and lifestyle, right? So talk to me about what was the income range like for that initial position?
Yeah. So the income range for that position started at 65, but that is just the base. So the way the tech industry works is once you get that entry-level job, it'll start off, let's say, an SDR role. Some companies can push it to 70. Mine essentially started at 65.
Okay.
And then push. Now, that's just the base. So if your base is 65, it means your OTE can go beyond, meaning the commission that you get from the sales that you make. So you end up actually at least getting over six figures once you're working really hard and you're doing really well. You ended up surpassing the figure line.
Which is, I think, that's actually the best kind of job to get, actually, where it pays you as a base pay, right? So you have that security, you have money coming in to pay your bills, etc. And then you also have that entrepreneurial aspect of it as well, where it's like, you earn based on what you bring in as well, which is quite motivating for those people who are self-driven and obviously want to make a lot of money.
100%.
And talk to me, what were the challenges of that role itself?
The challenges in that role were just understanding that nothing comes easy. You have to be focused. You have to make sure that you apply yourself every day because the tech industry, there's a lot of perks that you'd hear a lot about it. But of course, there's a lot of hard work that goes behind that. So the challenges were making sure that you're mentally prepared to take over the hard work that comes with it. Making sure that you're not giving up and making sure that you're accountable and making sure that you listen, you can be taught and you're coachable. Because a lot of the managers and everyone in tech basically wants you to be successful because your success is their success. So a lot of the time they want you to do well, but they just want to make sure that you're going to be accountable, you're going to be persistent, you're going to be consistent, and you're going to be competitive in your nature to get what it is that you want. So making sure I had the right mindset in that space was a constant. It's like playing sports in a sense. As you can imagine, the challenges in sports are always making sure that you come the next day again and again and again, continuously with confidence. So you can achieve the things that you want to achieve. Wow.
And did you enjoy the role?
Yes, I loved it because, as I mentioned before, I have a lot of entrepreneurial in me as well. So that role actually coaches you to be an entrepreneur because not only does it help you with communication, also helps you with being able to be a go-getter. Because as a business owner, you're going to have to go out there and find things where there's nothing and make something out of nothing.
That's true.
And so a lot of it was pushing me to, see a side of myself that I wasn't aware of. So making sure I'm being a go-getter, making sure I have plans, goals, and things that I want to achieve. And so that's what made that role really align with what it is that I want to do as well, because it's already coaching me for things that I'll need for myself. And then obviously contributing to the company that I'm working for as well.
In which, again, communication skills, it's the most important skill that anybody could ever learn.
Completely agree.
Just the art of communication itself, you end up. Oh gosh, I used to not value it as much back in the days, and there were some ladies actually telling me you should focus on roles that require you to communicate with people.
Yes.
And I was like, well, why? Why can't I just go into say and an analyst role, like something like that, But nowadays though, like I'm a huge advocate of communication roles. At least like the start. Like your career should start in a position that requires you to communicate with a lot of people, be able to handle different situations as well.
Absolutely.
You build a lot of skills. You build, EQ, you build IQ as well. You build, you develop empathy for other people as well. And eventually that's going to be the key skill that's going to help you progress in your career.
Absolutely.
The most.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And how long were you in that initial role for?
Initially, a year in that space, and that really developed my foundation. As you always hear everywhere you go, it doesn't matter what business you're in. At the end of the day, the customer is at the center of every single business. Whether you're a CEO, 100%. It doesn't matter where you work. When you get those skills to be able to handle customers, to be able to sell, to be able to understand, to be able to help out, you're developing skills that CEOs are basically. Every single CEO, whether you're a founder or whether you're a CEO of a company, they have one thing that they understand is that being able to deal with customers. If you're really good with customers, you're always going to have a role somewhere. You're always going to have a business, whether it's your own business or whether it's someone else's business.
I absolutely agree with that, And I think people who don't run businesses, they wouldn't understand the importance of putting the customer first, because the customer literally pays your bills, pays your paycheck.
Pretty much.
And the customer is actually literally your CEO, right? Your customer can literally fire you, right? Because if they're not buying from you, you have no income at all.
Yeah.
So you have to really, value your customers and make sure that they are well taken care of. Doesn't matter what industry you're in. It can be any industry, even like short-term rental businesses as well, like the Airbnb that I run. I make sure that my customers are well taken care of. If they need something, that's missing in their house, I'll get it for them. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather have them stay in my place, have a good experience, and provide me some good feedback, and that's going to drive more customers in the future as well.
Exactly.
So since you spent 1 year in that initial role, what was the next role that you moved into?
The next role now that I'm in is an account executive. So basically an account executive role, sales development, you're spending a lot of your time communicating with businesses, understanding the challenges, and booking in meetings to help those customers or businesses, because this is a B2B space. So you're helping businesses rather than customers, that people in general. So basically, rather than a B2C, I meant to say in that. So basically, as an SDR, you're spending a lot of the time problem solving, understanding businesses, understanding the challenges that they have and all that kind of stuff. And then your next role would be an AE. An AE, basically, you're now becoming,
what's SDI, did you say? Or
SDI? So that's a sales development rep.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and then SDE?
AE, account executive.
Account executive, okay. Just so people know, those terminologies.
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. So an account executive is a full cycle tech salesperson. So basically, instead of just booking meetings, you're now running presentations. You're now actually communicating how you're going to be helping this business solve their problem. You're not just booking a meeting and then, because then as a SDR, sales development rep, you're just booking meetings for the AE to go and present and to go and close that deal and then to make that business become a customer now. But as an AE, you're now presenter. So you're not only booking your meetings, but you're also presenting to businesses. So it's a lot more. So it's a lot more skills in terms of finally getting that business on board alone by yourself. So you become a full cycle person rather than just booking those meetings.
Okay. All right. And now what's the income range of this position? Like if someone were to get into it today or whenever, what's the income range?
Yeah, so the income range, again, it will depend a lot on various companies and businesses.
Yeah.
But the majority of the average of an AE, you're looking at around 80 to 90, 96 base. So this is just base. And then once you start hitting your target consistently, you can reach up to almost, 180, 190 and beyond. If you're, because there are 3 levels to the AE. So you can be SMB AE, meaning you're working with small to medium-sized businesses.
Yeah.
And you can be an enterprise. Enterprise basically means you're working with bigger businesses.
Large
and
institutions.
larger and probably a lot more longer sales cycle than the SMB.
Okay.
So with the enterprise, some people are making roughly 300 and so forth, over 300K.
Wow.
As an account executive as well. So so
and of course, again, because my content's all about, of course, the business aspect of things, career, money. How long would it take for someone who's completely has no clue whatsoever about tech sales or whatnot? How long would it take them to become an AE?
Roughly, it's 12 to 14 months from an SDR to an AE. So roughly, once you've worked as a sales development rep for 12 to 14 months, you start becoming an AE from there.
Okay. And then, of course, depends on your skill sets and hitting the targets. You could be earning close to 200 grand. So
absolutely.
And how long would it take for someone to become an SDR, that very initial sales development rep?
6 months max.
6 months.
6 months. Sometimes, if we're talking someone that has absolutely no experience, I would say 3 to 6 months. If we're talking someone that's already, for example, say you've been in the hospitality industry, you've been in the retail industry, you spent years and years working as a customer service. Exactly. Then you can just transition like that.
Like straight away. Is there how about the technical trainings? Is there technical trainings that you need to develop?
So
skills?
There are no technical skills to develop. The only 3 things that people will develop in that space is just your mindset, making sure you're getting in with the right mindset.
Yeah.
Understanding the tools that are used in that space. So if you, let's say you get an opportunity to be interviewed by a company and they ask you, what do you use for this and what do you use for that? Just making sure that you know and you can say, exactly. Like Salesforce and all that kind of things. Just understanding what sort of tools are used and then success strategies, meaning, for example, a lot of companies, they want initiator. So someone that's going to initiate. In these spaces, they're not looking for someone to baby. They're not there to baby you. Other strategies is being coachable. So understanding that you're coming into this space to learn and to grow, and that you're going to be coachable and you're going to make it easier for the managers to help you be successful in that space. So those are the things that someone would require to get into that space.
Okay, because I have seen some videos online. Some people providing coaching, and they say, you can get into cybersecurity within 6 or 12 months, etc. And I always think to myself, like, I'm generally a skeptical person, right? I'm skeptic, so I used to just not believe them. But I guess hearing your story, you literally can get to that point.
Absolutely.
You just need the right connections.
Yep.
And of course, it may cost money, as you should, right? Invest in yourself, right?
Yep.
That requires monetary investments. But if you look at the long-term gain you get out of it, you could end up in a position that's making you 150 grand within like a 2-year span, or potentially beyond as well. And who knows where you could end up later on in the future.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
You can even the good thing with technology is that it's international. It's not geographically, it's not a geographical thing, just certain areas.
Yep.
Every country uses technology. Every country, would like to adopt these programs or softwares that are used. And there are businesses out there too that are yearning to be sold to help improve their processes as well.
Absolutely.
So you can literally take this skill set anywhere in the world. And especially in America. Once you get to America, the pay is just ridiculous.
In USD.
These contracts are like crazy.
In USD.
You're looking at like $500,000. Literally, there are like 26-year-olds making like $500,000 working in tech in the US. Yeah. And there's literally the youngest tech billionaire employee was a 28-year-old hired by Meta.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Literally billionaire. Oh my goodness.
You'll be the crazy part is
I'm in the wrong industry. I'm in the wrong industry. I need to move to tech.
Definitely. And I think like this space is a space that a lot of people are not aware of, including when I first started. Because generally, when you think about tech, you think everyone just coding like in the corner.
Development,
just, if you're not a coder, if you're too extroverted, you're just like, nah. But there's so much different things within the tech space where you can go in, you can become a communicator, you can use your initial strength to help the company grow. So there's so many.
Whole different world. Okay, so now, and what other projects? What are you working on outside of your roles?
Awesome. So I have been working now a bit on content. So obviously, as you've heard my story just then, now I want to give back. Obviously, I'm in this industry now. I'm very grateful. But now I want to give back. I want to help others learn about the tech industry. I want to help others get into the tech industry and rewrite their own stories. So that's one part, which I call Rollin Tech, where I'll be continuously helping people to learn about tech, learn about the roles that are involved in tech, and learn about how they can pivot into tech and change their stories. As we know, AI is coming and all those kind of things. And the tech industry is a continuously growing industry that's always looking for people. And, especially if you're someone that's just starting their career, it's a really great time to start that process. The other part is the marketing. So I studied marketing. So bachelor's of business in marketing and created a small little digital marketing firm myself that as a one-person sole entrepreneur. And I've been running that now for quite a while. I've worked with a lot of businesses before, but now I'm just trying to work that around and see how can I help businesses a lot more with their digital marketing needs and things like that. So content, the tech program, and then the marketing. So those are things that I'm looking to really hone on to this year. And give that value to the people and to the businesses.
Yeah, and I think it's a really, really valuable part as well. Like of an entrepreneur's journey is one, learning, then practicing it, right? Which is through employment. And then lastly is educating. So like teaching others, and I've gone through very similar stages as well, which is go into the financial services, learned about it. Then practiced it by working for, 2 companies. And now I'm actually doing almost the same thing, just educating people about, financial literacy.
Correct.
So teaching people about it. And I think that's the most fulfilling part. Once you feel like you've learned something, and you've somewhat mastered it to some degree or enough to where you're confident to teach other people, I think it's you owe your community to educate them as well, because we should all be teaching each other, sharing knowledge as well, and helping one another improve our positions.
Absolutely.
So I really appreciate you taking the time to come down today, which is
thank you
again.
Thank you.
I'm so grateful that that we met, man, and we're quite similar. We have the entrepreneurial spirit. We're driven to educate our community and develop our personal brands as well online.
Absolutely.
And looking forward to see how you progress and the good things that you achieve as well. And I want to see your work more often as well, man.
Thank you.
Thanks again for coming.
No worries.
This has been the Bonyit Show. Any final words, or you want to share your social media handles?
So if you want to reach out to me, I'm on TikTok at Rollinix Podcast. Also, you can reach out to me on Instagram as well. That's Chengkuach or Rolex podcast as well. And
Fantastic,
if
man.
you want to get into the financial services, very important industry as well, as I have to mention.
Yeah.
And also if you want to get into the tech industry as well, very important. So hit up.
Tech is
hit
where
us
it's at,
up.
quite lucrative. Tech is where it's at.
Hit us
All
up.
right,
Thanks
man.
for having me as well.
And that's been it. That's been the Bonyit Show.
Thank you.